Hunter, run away, hurry.
Let's get it! Come on! Get you!
Run, Hunter, run.
We're back here, you!
Run, Hunter, run.
Now you wouldn't believe it if I told you.
But I could run like the wind blows. I was running.
Okay, I want to start by saying this. All right? The greatest argument to electing Donald Trump is the people who've promised to leave the country if that happens. Now, this happened in 2016, so I don't want to get ahead of myself here. But we have for you a healthy list of celebrities who said they'd leave America in 2016 if Trump was elected. Now, I want to go through this list because it's very important. We got to tighten up here, baby, okay? Let's go through because many of these people have made new promises to leave again. All right? They didn't leave the first time. We're going to hold them to it. In fact, I will personally pay for the one-way U-Haul moving truck to show up, back up into their house, wherever Brentwood neighborhood they live in LA, and let's get going, okay? So help me banish these people. Vote Trump 2024 in order to get, okay, let's go. Let's go through the Chelsea Handler. Chelsea Handler, here's the first one, okay? See you later. Don't need ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. See you later. Okay. Whoopi Goldberg has said will leave. She was going to leave in 2016. Oh, no. All right, Cher. Cher said, if he's elected, I'm going to be moving to Jupiter. She'll leave the planet. I think Elon Musk can help us get a rocket together. Barbara Streisand. Come on, let's go. I banish you. Your vote can help send Barbara Streisand to Somalia. Come on, let's go. Barbara Streisand, enjoy your new life. Amy Schumer said she would leave. Well, that's pretty amazing. What? Guys, you are talking a win-win here, all right? Amy Schumer, out of here. Miley Cyrus said she would leave. No loss there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it round two. Round two. Cher says she's going to leave America. She promises this time she'll leave in 2024. I got an ulcer last time, Cher says. Okay? Think about the good we could do for this country. Think about making America great again. Making America great again looks like Amy Schumer and Whoopi Goldberg and Barbara Streisand moving to Cuba. Hey, listen, there's a communist dictatorship 90 miles from where we do the show. North Korea. Whoopi Goldberg could do The View. In Pyongyang. She could have very special guest every day. Very special. Kim Jong-un every day. Kim Jong-un and Whoopi Goldberg can do The View together. All right? And they can be joined by their special co-host, Hunter Biden. Because the news out this morning is that Hunter Biden says he's out of here if Donald Trump wins. Ooh, baby. Hunter plans to flee the United States if Trump is elected. Hot damn. Come on, people. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Please. This is the reason. Do you need any other reason to vote for Trump? This is what making America great again looks like. Okay? The self-deportation. Friends say Joe Biden is consumed by scandal around his son and is scared that he will slip back into addiction, report claims. So the kid that you turned into an addict, Joe, you're upset that he's going to slip back into addiction? You do realize that you're the one who did this, right, Joe? You do realize by not putting your son in jail, by not letting your son suffer the consequences of his addiction, which is how you actually solve misbehavior in little children, you do realize that marrying Hunter's babysitter, probably not great psychologically for him. That's who Joe Biden is. You do realize that this is a result of bad parenting, right, Joe? Reflection on you. The fact that you gave your kid, your crackhead kid, access to unlimited funnels of money to do more crack and to abuse more women. You realize it's your fault, right, Joe? Hope you sleep well at night, pal. I really do. Hunter plans on leaving the country if Trump is elected. Why? Why? I want to make 2 points here. One, anybody who says they're going to leave the country if their party doesn't win doesn't actually love America. It isn't deserving of this place in the first place. So you better not say it, okay? This is where I was born. This is where we're citizens of. We have a right to this place. This is where our forefathers, I don't know how long you've been in this country. This is where, shout them out, by the way. If you got veterans in your family, your father was a veteran, your grandfather was a veteran, your great-great-grandpappy was a veteran, shout them out, baby. Shout them out. What would great-great-grandfather be? World War I, maybe? You got them. Let me know in the comment section. Let's give some honor to these guys. We fought and died for this place. Our ancestors built this place. I ain't leaving for no one. I'm digging my heels into this dirt that my family fought and died for. You can leave. Whoopi Goldberg. Not a real name. You can leave, Barbara Streisand. Please. Like, if you hate this country that much, go. You're not deserving of it, in fact. So that's number one. It's a repugnant thing to say. It's a despicable thing to say. Most of these celebrities, they certainly don't have the brainstem to think for themselves. They certainly don't have the amount of brain cells in their brain to think for themselves. Snoop Dogg's on the list. How many brain cells do you think that guy's got left? Okay, up in smoke. These are all publicists. People write this stuff for them, right? They write this stuff and tweet it out, right? It's the entire satanic cabal that controls these people. Who cares? Shove them off. But Hunter Biden's different, you see. Hunter Biden doesn't like it because the gravy train is ended, finally. The protection racket for Hunter Biden will come to a close if Donald Trump gets back in. Now, I know this because I know Donald Trump's campaign very closely. I know the people who are very close to Donald Trump and some of the biggest people in his first administration are saying, we are not going to make the mistake that we made in the last administration. Now, let me make something very clear. And this is really important for you to hear, and it was very important for me to hear. They view the greatest two mistakes, the people that are closest to Donald Trump, the people who have served him the most noble and honorable in the White House, those people view the two biggest mistakes as the Attorney General putting some cucked in there. Oh, wow, you once used Russian dressing, Russian salad dressing. Oh, my. You can't oversee the Russian. This is what they did with Jeff Sessions, right? You once had a martini made with Russian vodka, Wayne Smirnoff. You can no longer oversee the Russian investigation. And they were able to cuck that guy out. So he had a weak attorney general. They view that as number one. Number two, not putting Hillary Clinton in jail. Those are the things that they see as the problem. Now, why? If you put Hillary Clinton in jail, even if it didn't actually get to the point where she goes to prison, which of course she's well deserving of, put her in Jeffrey Epstein's cell. That's what I say. Make her live in that cell, the specific cell, Jeffrey Epstein cell. I say this, and this is what the internals at the Trump organization say. Inside of the Trump administration, they view that because that would have been a warning shot that we are not effing around. And eye for an eye. Sometimes the Old Testament, you got to just say, man, there's some deep wisdom there. Eye for an eye. If you let someone go and gouge out all of your eyes and you never fight back, then, only the evil people will have eyes. Now it seems like only the evil people are unleashed to commit all manner of evil without any fear that there will be recompense for them, that it might swing back the other direction. And so you're going to have to get hit for them to not do this again. They're going to have to feel that pain. Putting Hillary Clinton under federal investigation and potentially in prison, because she's clearly a criminal, that would have been the pain that would have stopped everything we're seeing today. And the next Trump administration is not going to make those stupid moves. All right? Good rock-ribbed attorney general who's not going to cuck out because he played Russian roulette once and actually following through. And they know this. They spy on Trump's phones. They know that this is the plan. The plan for Hunter Biden is an actual prosecution. Not this kid glove stuff so we can control your father. Real big boy stuff. So that's the plan for Hunter, and he knows it. And this is why Hunter Biden is saying, I'm leaving. Jesse Waters covered it last night in great detail. Quite entertaining watch.
Fox News alert, Hunter Biden's planning on fleeing the country. Sources tell Politico that behind the scenes, Hunter's confiding to close family friends, saying if Trump gets reelected, he's on the first plane out. Hunter, who's facing up to 20 years in prison for tax fraud, says he expects to face intense scrutiny, and not the good kind, from the Trump campaign from now until Election Day. If Biden loses, it's only going to get worse. So where would Hunter go? I mean, some countries I'm sure would invite him in. I hear Mr. Dong has a comfy hammock in Beijing. Ukraine is a little dangerous these days. And Hunter has been going around telling everybody Republicans are trying to kill him.
So Joe Biden is apparently an absolute basket case, more than typically for Joe Biden. We've all seen the video of Joe Biden, wandering into the bushes. We all know that Joe Biden, of course, has full-blown dementia. We're not trying to, poke the guy with a stick. What we are trying to do here is talk deep morals with Joe Biden, okay? You did this to your kid. Axios reporting, Biden's Hunter trigger. President feels guilty, sad, angry when son is attacked. Well, maybe that's something that you should look in the mirror on, Joe. You're the one who created Hunter Biden. You are the person who spared the rod and then spoiled the child. Hunter Biden, when he was 18 years old, when he wasn't even a legal adult, was buying coke in New Jersey and getting nipped for it, got a mugshot and everything, arrested, and Daddy Joe came muscling in to get his kid out of jail. This has been an ongoing process, step after step, delinquency after delinquency. Hunter Biden skates because Joe Biden comes roaring in and protects his kid. Meanwhile, locking up hundreds of thousands of black kids for doing a scintilla of what Hunter did. This is a classic example of a father that refuses to discipline his son, spares the rods, and spoils the child. Let's read the article real fast. In private, no issue is more likely to anger or sadden President Biden than attacks on his son. Oh, boo-hoo. According to people close to Hunter who have seen his mood shifts when there's bad news about Hunter. Why does it matter? For Biden, who privately has expressed guilt over Hunter's ongoing legal and political fights, next year will be emotionally fraught as Hunter faces new criminal charges, will be at the center of the Republican-led impeachment inquiry. The 81-year-old president has suggested to close associates that if he hadn't run in 2020, Hunter wouldn't be facing criminal prosecutions to be the target of daily stories in the conservative media, all while trying to stay sober and rebuild his life. Oh, really? The ongoing criminal investigation into Hunter Biden has strained President Biden's relationship with Merrick Garland, who appointed a special counsel in August to oversee the federal investigation of Hunter. Only a few long-serving aides feel free to discuss Hunter's situation with the president. Driving the news, Hunter 53 could face up to 17 years in prison if convicted of 3 felony, tax, and 6 misdemeanor charges, including filing false tax return. Hunter also faces felony gun charge in Delaware and could face contempt of Congress proceeding if he fails to appear closed-door meeting, which he did. Joe Biden is breaking because of his horrible parenting decisions. Okay? Start with this. Joe Biden never let his son face any real-world consequences. And every parent knows it. You sometimes got to let your kid trip and fall and skin their knee. There has to be reality that hits. For kids to become better people, for there to be the crucible that turns you into like a better, more honorable individual, you must face the harsh brutality, the painful reality. Every person has had some type of severe pain in their life that through the power of God has led to a honorable and noble result, an improvement in your life, in fact. Pain is a teacher. Joe Biden has been protecting his son from his earliest days. Check this out, reporting from Jesse.
And the Biden family has a long history of covering up cocaine charges. Ask Hunter. He'll tell you straight up, if he wasn't a Biden, he'd be in jail.
I just wondered how you viewed sort of the money you made through your clients that enabled that addiction, and also maybe the ways it protected you from consequences that might have landed a lot of other people in jail.
I think it's completely unfair, and I think that I am 100% still here today and not in a jail cell or in an institution because of my privilege, and not just the privilege of a family that loved me, but the privilege of the fact that, I had been very successful.
Back in 1988, Hunter was arrested for cocaine possession in Stone Harbor, New Jersey. But Hunter walked out with a clean record. Why? Well, his dad, senator at the time, expunged his record. And at the same time, Biden was sweeping his son's coke under the rug. Biden was throwing average Americans in prison for coke possession. Same crime.
How do you expect your son to behave in society when he's 53 years old and he has suffered zero consequences for his on-camera crimes? I don't know why, but Hunter Biden strapped a GoPro to himself when he was committing every crime that is written into the U.S. tax code, legal code, moral statute code. I don't know why, but he did. And so what happens next when you have a kid like that has suffered no consequences? Well, you're responsible, actually. He's 53 years old. 53 years old. A reminder here, by the way, that Hunter Biden has been babied his entire life by his babysitter. You know who was the babysitter? Maybe you do. Her name was Jill. Jill Biden ain't Hunter's mother. Jill Biden was the babysitter. Hunter's mom, well, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden cheated on. And Jill Biden cheated on her husband while she was the babysitter with Joe. That's a known fact. My extended family is all from Delaware. This is well known in Delaware. So that's the initiation point. That's what Joe Biden was modeling for his children. All right. I'm going to dishonor your mother with the babysitter, and then I'm going to force the babysitter to be your mom. Imagine how that's going to screw with a kid. Okay. And by the way, Ashley Biden ain't any better, right? There's videotape of Ashley Biden doing drugs. Ashley Biden had the exact. So when you have these kids and you're getting the same result with each kid, maybe you're the problem, Joe. In case you're wondering if I'm making all this up, here's Inside Edition.
Yeah, it's going to break her heart.
He's the ex-husband of Dr. Jill Biden, the widely admired woman who's been at Joe Biden's side for 43 years. And he has an eye-opening story to tell.
I was betrayed by the Bidens. Joe was my friend. Joe was my wife.
According to Bill Stevenson, both he and Jill first got to know Joe Biden when Biden was a county councilman in Newcastle, Delaware. Stevenson asked his help obtaining a liquor license.
So you were friends with Joe Biden?
Oh, yeah. Not only that, I threw a fundraiser for him in August, raised between $2,500 and $3,000. We got married in 70. I introduced Joe to Jill in 72, right before the election.
Then one day, he says a man came into his bar and asked him to pay damages for a fender bender that involved Jill.
He looks at me and he says, "Oh, she wasn't driving." I said, "Her beloved Corvette, she wasn't driving it?" He goes, "Senator Biden was driving it." And I went, "What?"
Wait a second. Pay me money for a crash that your wife had while she was driving with Joe Biden. Doesn't it sound like something that's straight out of Hunter Biden's laptop? The apple don't fall far from the tree, they say. By the way, if you ever heard Hunter Biden talk, you'll know that he also deeply ineloquent and deeply low IQ. These are not high-functioning people. But Joe Biden, who's already on a razor's edge mentally, is now being broken by this. I asked my producers for this show, go through and hunt down, how's Joe Biden been sounding? right? Let's see if we can match his public statements with what is being reported going on behind the scenes. Since he did, betray his wife and marry the babysitter and then force Hunter Biden into this horrible, witch's kitchen of a relationship and mess this kid up. See if you can find me some clips of Joe Biden having mental collapse this week over the guilt of what he's done to his kid. Wasn't even that hard. Took about 2 seconds. Here's Joe Biden speaking at an event yesterday. See if this sounds like a man who has his mental cognition together. Go.
Taxpayers already are chipping in, paying a lot of money here at NIH to get these brilliant scientists to go out and find cures, find answers to the drug problem, to drugs, with the use of drugs for health problems.
You wouldn't let that man serve ladle out applesauce during activity hour in the local nursing home. But here he is, the resident of the White House. Here's Joe Biden straight up making up numbers. I mean, listen, guys, things have been bad for Biden. This is a new level. We've reached a new level. Now that his entire family is collapsing based on what he's done. Could you imagine a greater curse in your 80s? Based on your own selfish life decisions, now to see your entire family fall apart, all your kids go to prison because of you old dirty scumbag? Of course his brain's going to snap. And that's exactly what you're seeing in this clip. This is the worst one. Watch.
Over $1,300 million.
Over $1,300 million. Yikes. They hate each other. Hunter Biden on Jill Biden, according to Hunter Biden's own text messages. F my stepmother for being a selfish, silly, entitled blank. Unearthed texts reveal Hunter cruelly insulting Jill Biden behind her back, even as she sent him loving messages and offered him a house when he was pushed to return to rehab. Doesn't look like that rehab push did very well for you, Jill. Here's video from 4th of July. Jill Biden at the White House, Hunter Biden sniffing rabidly his nose, and Jill Biden, let's just say that's not a great family dynamic right there. I think, does anybody here know body language? I think that Jill Biden's not happy. This was right after they found the baggies of coke in the White House. Baggies of coke, Benny? What do you mean baggies? The Secret Service has 3 bags of coke that they found. Everyone's obsessed with the one. We've done a lot of reporting with the one that's in the cubby at the visitor center. There were 3 bags of coke found in the White House. So, I think Jill's done with this. Jill's done being a babysitter for this guy for the last 53 years. Hunter was a really small infant when Jill Biden was first brought into the family.